I'm going to rant about Windows 11. It's going to be a lot of fun, but I'm going to come at this from a different take. Everyone's telling you right now it's time to install Linux, and yes, for most of you out there, Linux will be just fine. You can do just about everything you need to do. But for the few of us who have stuff like I do, like FL Studio, that just works on Linux, but a lot of the plugins and stuff don't work. Maybe there's another reason you need to use Windows. Maybe there's an old game that doesn't work correctly or an old mod or something. There are fewer and fewer reasons, and that makes me feel good. But for the few of us who do need to stay on Windows, there's something we can do, and I think we need to send Microsoft this message. First off, let's kind of rant a little bit before I start talking about LTSC. And I want to start off by talking about all the nonsense that's going on with Windows. Let me just type in Windows 11 here and show you what comes up on YouTube. Windows 11, look at all this. It's a disaster. All this AI being shoved down our throats. If you just scroll down, look, I just searched Windows 11 and there's nothing positive here. Windows 11 is a lost cause. And this is, I believe didn't he used to work in the software industry? Yeah. If you watch their videos, it's just nothing positive. Microsoft destroyed. A lot of AI in the thumbnails as well. As whale? Yes. And look, now we're getting into Linux videos from related searches. Isn't that funny? Yes. Okay. So it's kind of a mess. And I think a lot of people are just freaking out and screaming like, why are you doing this to us? And it's because you're not the customer anymore. You're not the one giving them the most money. The one giving the most money to Microsoft right now, that's the AI stuff. So you're being used as a number. Why did they change the Microsoft Office application name to Microsoft Copilot app? Well, that's because they need more numbers on their Copilot. They need to show that has more numbers so they can move money back and forth more efficiently from the 7 companies that keep circulating the billions and billions of dollars that are making the economy look like it actually is a thing, so that 10 rich people can get even richer. One thing that I don't understand is those rich people, especially the ones on Microsoft's board, don't they have to use Microsoft stuff as well? Because I don't know of any recorded incidents other than the time that Satya Nadella used the MacBook on stage, but he was just demonstrating something. So I don't know if there's any recorded incidents of board members on Microsoft using Mac products or something, but I bet some of them secretly do. I bet they do. Because, yeah, you can be as rich as you want, but you still got to use the product at the end of the day. Now there's also some leaked documents and some Windows 12 talks. A lot of people are saying that Windows 12 is going to be a subscription platform. I don't think that's the case. You can get a lot of hits on YouTube if you make videos talking about how it's the end of the world and how Windows 12 is going to be a subscription platform. They're saying that there'll be 3 tiers. The first tier will be free, but there'll be ads everywhere, including suggestions in File Explorer, and you're only going to be able to open up 3 programs at a time. So I don't think that that's going to be a thing. That'll probably be like an enterprise grade subscription service thing. I don't know. If they really want to go down that path, that's insane. Because I really think they see you as just a number that they can show to the AI people to get stuff to move in that direction. So they try to put AI in everything so that you inadvertently use it, or so that they can at least just claim that you have it and you're using it. And oh my God, this many people have AI. The Copilot is on this many PCs. It's on this. It's on your LG TV. It's everywhere. They just need the numbers so they can keep moving the money around to make the number go up forever. Number must go up forever. That's the rules of capitalism, right? Well, there's something I think we should be doing in order to send a little bit of a message to Microsoft. Now, sure, go to Linux, yes, if you can. But LTSC is a stripped-down enterprise-grade version of Windows. It's not directly available to the public. That's what makes it a little bit weird. I interrupt this video because I did a badness. So I released a video, and it was taken down by YouTube because I was a little bit too excited about LTSC. So here's the rule from now on when it comes to LTSC. I'm going to talk about what you can do with it, and I'm going to be frustrated that Microsoft has not given us a copy, because here's what's really happened. We've got Windows 11, and we complain and complain and complain about 25H2, but there's a version of Windows that works. There's a really good version of Windows, but we can't have it, and that's LTSC. There's, 10 and 11 LTSC, and they get security updates until 2023 or 2033 or 34 or something. They get security updates for a long time, but they don't get any new features, meaning they don't get any of the new slop that's being introduced in 25H2 and stuff. The version of Windows that's good for everyone has been made, but we can't have it, and that's stupid. You need to give us that version. That's the version that the people want. That's the version that the people need, and that's the version that the people who've been loyal to you for decades deserve. All right, so when it comes to getting like my copy of Windows, you know, Windows pricing for the retail stuff is just outrageous. Look at those prices. I prefer to get OEM keys. The difference is with an OEM key, you don't get Microsoft's technical support, and it's usually tied to your hardware, but for the price that you gotta pay, you could buy this many, many times. So I go over to whokeys.com. They've got Windows 11 Pro and all of the different versions of Windows that you could possibly need. With my coupon code TS25, you can get it for 25% off, so it's not gonna be this price. They've got Windows 11 Home as well. You've got Windows 10. If you still want to use that, you can, just without the security updates and stuff. And it'll also unlock Windows 11. Then if you want to use Office, like an offline version of Office without the integrated AI and the monthly fees, you just want to do your PowerPoint and your Excel and everything, well, you've got Office 2019 and 2016. These are offline OEM versions, and they also work with TS25. So let's go ahead and grab a copy of Windows 11, and I'll show you how to get that set up. Let's go ahead and check out with our copy of Windows 11 Pro. All right, just put in my card info, click on View Keys and Codes. Once you get to the User Center, click on Get the Key. You'll see your key right here in the middle. Go ahead and highlight that, copy that, press Start, and then type Activate. You'll see Activation Settings. Go ahead and click on that. And then right here it says Not Active. Just click on Change Product Key, and then click on Activate. Hey, look at that, active. So enjoy that lower price, say thanks to WhoKeys, and now on to our regularly scheduled program. And I don't expect the powers that be at Microsoft to currently look down at this and think that that they're wrong. Because Salty Nutella, when he looked at like the internet screaming and yelling, his first thought was not, maybe the people are right, maybe the consumers are right, maybe we should sit down and talk about what to do that's best for the consumers, maybe we should ask the consumers. No, that's not what he did. He sat down and said, listen, you all really need to stop calling it slop. That's what he did. It's patronizing. It shows that they think that they know way more than the customer. And it shows that they don't care what the customer thinks, that they're just going to keep shoving stuff down the customer's throat. So I don't really expect them to like look at that data and extrapolate the correct things from it. But maybe somebody at Microsoft has a brain, and we'll know. Maybe eventually their stock will go down enough that someone has to like step in and be like, all right, listen, enough people have left the platform. We can't just keep this fake world up forever, because yes, 5 people have a ton of money, but we're a company that needs lots of users. We can't just have 5 people trading money back and forth at the top. That'll work for a little while, but it's going to collapse. It's like, this is a house of cards we build right here. I think a long time ago, Steve Jobs famously said something to the effect of, and I'm going to paraphrase here, but when they asked him, like, why don't you really like listen to your customers? And why don't you like ask for their feedback? And he said from his experience, the customers have no idea what they really want until he gives them what they want. And that's a very arrogant thing to say. And then I saw an argument online where 2 people were talking about Steve Jobs, and they were like, if Steve Jobs were alive today, he would be really upset about the whole AI thing. And then someone commented back and said, no, I think Steve Jobs would be just like everyone else in Silicon Valley. He'd be up on a horse, like leading the charge for AI. And I think I agree more with the former, and here's why. Steve Jobs was old school. He was all about user experience, and he did have some vision. I don't like Steve Jobs. I think he was probably a psychopath or a sociopath, one or the other, but he was still an old school psychopath, not the kind of psychopaths right now that are, the people like Jensen Hong and all those idiots who just want to Palantir people, all that stuff. Just go watch Steve videos. I'm going to get into one of Steve rants if I'm not careful here. But yeah, I don't think he was that kind of psychopath. He was an old school psychopath who just wanted to sell as many things as possible to the customers. And so he was always worried about customer experience and all that kind of stuff. And I think he would look at this AI situation here, and I think he would say, what is this? What are you doing? Your people don't want this. This is not the user experience that they want. And, Apple right now, their user experience is quite a bit better than Windows because they have AI slop, and you say, leave me alone. And guess what? It leaves you alone. And then it's just, you're still using Mac OS. So for a lot of creative people, that is an avenue. You can go over to Mac OS. It'll leave you alone. It's not going to have it's not going to become an agentic operating system or anything like that. You can still do your Adobe stuff. You can still do whatever you got. Studio One, which works on Linux, by the way, but FL Studio does not, or whatever. whatever programs you need to use that are creative are largely available on Mac, and with the new Mac suite that's really just kind of a spanking Adobe's butt with their $19 price or whatever. Maybe it's $13.99 price for everything. That's better. So yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to rant for a little bit about LTSC, and then follow my stuff down below in the description about how to set it up, how to get it up and running, because if you install it and you just want to use it like Windows, you can't, because there's not even an image browser installed. There's like nothing installed with LTSC, but that's kind of how it should be. We get to install whatever we want. There's also no Microsoft Store, so if you have anything that's reliant upon the store, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to say, yes, Linux is a good option, but it's not the only option. Kind of wish I was streaming this right now so we could be joking around, because it's a weird time right now. I don't think Microsoft is going to be around forever making operating systems if they keep going in this direction. And if I almost hope that Windows 12 is subscription based, because then the programs that I need and want will come to Linux. And then I won't be making videos like this anymore. I'll just be saying, hey, we're on Linux now. How's it going? You enjoying your Plasma? Oh, you're on GNOME. How unfortunate. I'm sorry. I like Plasma, but I don't care what you run. XFC, whatever. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what y'all think about this. See you later.